Hello everyone and welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. My name is Stefan. Thank you for supporting the channel. We're looking at the 32-gallon long sitting on my rack system in the fish room. It's on the first shelf from the bottom and it features a group of longfin white cloud mountain minnows that I've had since the beginning of this tank, and an assortment of fabulous Livebearers representing all the popular strains except for guppy. I've got some tuxedo platies that you see in there, that was with the gorgeous black center surrounded by that crimson red. I've got some mollies, both the leer tail and standard fin jet black, and gold dust and leer tail red mollies. And there's probably, I think there's a couple swordtails. I know there's a couple swordtails in here as well. And then we're looking at one right now. So I don't think, I know. I got all of these Livebearers at swaps in my area. And so they were raised by breeders that were passionate about the specific variety, be they leer tail black mollies or swordtails, etc., etc. I picked up the tuxedo platies from Daniel from out in Elgin, Illinois. He has a great site called Sydney's Angels and has a tremendous ambition and a big heart, and he gave me a group of these tuxedo platies that I'm trying to focus in on. There's a big fat mama. He gave me about 20 and I donated 16, 17 to my daughter's guitar school, and I kept 3 for myself. And well, I'm glad I did because they're gorgeous, right? I think they're special. They're certainly, in my opinion, more robust and vivacious than the platies I see at Petco PetSmart. Nothing against Petco PetSmart. They bring a lot of Livebearers to the general market and get a ton of people in and on the hobby. But if I'm going to be working with Livebearers, I want the best I can get because that, I don't know, it just makes me feel, look at this. Look at that gorgeous leer tail. I don't even know if that's a swordtail or a molly at this point. That's always been one of my all-time favorite fish in the fish room, just that particular one. And honestly, I'm guessing it's a leer tail swordtail, but I could be wrong. Sometimes it's tough to tell, especially when you get into these leer tail or long fin or hybrid strains like I have in this aquarium. All of these fish are dropping fry, and I've been bringing groups of them, the fry that is, to some LFS for trade. Ocean Design Aquarium, Golden Aquarium, the proprietors of those fine establishments have taken my beautiful babies and given me, I don't know, in some cases, store discount, some live fish food, blackworms, things like that. I don't expect to make anything out of the deal. I just, I need to get rid of these baby fish, and they're good baby fish, and I raise them really, really to the best of my abilities, and to try to keep them within the integrity of the fish you're looking at now. And also, you know, I don't have room for them. And finally, it gives me an excuse to go to the LFS, the local fish stores. And you know, we're always looking for an excuse to get to the pet store, because you never know, right? That's actually, that red molly right there, the smaller one, is one of the first fry I reintroduced back into this aquarium. Now there's plenty of fry that I haven't done anything to except watch them appear. There you see what looks like a little red molly and a black molly, and there's more. And honestly, folks, I catch a lot of them, and I'm going to show you what I do with them. In this tank down here, I've got some that are ready for the LFS right now. Look at all these beautiful fish. I'm telling you folks, if you're in the Chicago area, hit me up. I will provide you a trio or a group, and I'll make it worth your while. If these fish aren't enough incentive. Right now they're going nuts on an algae wafer. Livebearers, mollies in particular, love to eat algae. They're actually used in saltwater aquariums to do just that, work on algae control. They'll do the same in freshwater, but it's interesting that that fish can be acclimated to saltwater existence or brackish. These are all freshwater, multiple generations, tank raised, ick resistant. They carry the leer tail strain, but not all of them are going to represent. There's one that will, and then there's one that won't, but you don't know when they're growing up. There's also, you can tell in the red, some cross with the black, and there is a couple of the tuxedo platy. There's one right there, you see them? Boom. I don't have that many of those, and there's one that's showing a more golden color. It's just a lot of fun to watch and see what you get, kind of like Easter eggs, right? Literally and figuratively. And over here, I've got essentially the same thing going on, but with a lot more of the smaller fish. You see them all down there? Right. So those tanks are both, they're in, I'll just show you. So you can tell, look at that one's probably already pregnant, for crying out loud. Oh, brother. So, you know, when you get into Livebearers, you better be ready for the commitment. I don't know if I was. These 2 5-gallon tanks down here, that's the best size I could do in the space I have left in the fish room. It's all I can do to contain these beautiful fish and their offspring. So honestly, a lot of these fry are going to be fed to, rather than try to raise them down here where the inn is full. These 2 hotels are full and getting fuller. I mean, I gotta unload these this week, some of these, 15 or 20 of them. But I just net out some of these teeny tiny ones that I see up at the top, and I bring them around the corner to my display tank, and I drop them in, and the rainbow fish and the angelfish have at it, right? And so it's live fish food. I know it sounds cruel, but it'd be a lot more cruel to leave them overpopulate, grow stunted, and get diseases and such. I can't really control their birth. I mean, that's the thing with guppies, mollies, platies, and swordtails. They do what they do, and reproduce is what they do. And once I dipped my toe in the pool and got, I don't know, maybe a trio of black leertail mollies, that was it. They started making babies a month later and haven't stopped. This aquarium also has a group of orange laser coreodoras, as well as some black Schwarzschild coreodoras, which are awesome. And maybe I can find one. It's got a number of different kinds of Plecostomus. Look at that beautiful one. Now, I thought that was a standard pleco, but it looks like it could be a different genus. There's a Hillstream loach, excellent algae eater. I should have got into those a lot sooner. And they're busting into frame, a black coreodora. Those things can go, and there's a laser right there. I'm not getting good. No, that's another black, just with a more tan belly. So those are 2 blacks right there. There's about, I'm gonna find you an orange laser. I said I have them, and I'm gonna show you. Ooh, I just missed a couple. They shot back in there. There you go. You see the little laser on the back? Boom! It's not exactly what I had in mind for just showing that fish off, but it'll have to do for now. Obviously, the plantings are doing tremendously well in here. Cryptocorn all up and down the front. This is Blixa japonica right here. Pulled that from one of my other tanks. This is an excellent representation of water sprite growing just the way I like it. It almost looks like bonsai, right? So while it will work to help with babies and keep the fry protected, etc., I wasn't worried about that. I've got too many fry. I just wanted it to look great. I didn't want this tank to turn into some sort of messy breeder tank. I want to keep it aquascape, the integrity of the aquascape. It does need a trimming. This pogo stem and octopus is getting unruly. I've got some hydrocolte tripolate, the Japanese clover, a big clump of it stuck in a piece of stick-like driftwood that I have vertical to create a tree effect. I might pull that whole thing. It's getting awfully busy back there. I mean, that's just busy. These are a few Hipperoides stem plants. They're not doing brilliantly because there's a lot blocking their light, and in this tank, this plant needs more light, needs light more than any other plant in this tank. Anubias out the wazoo, red leopard veil and back, and then pothos growing out of the tank, emerged it, if you will, and then the fun stuff along the side. If anybody would like, as I said earlier, to talk to me about acquiring some babies from whatever your favorite fish in here, I have them. So hit me up, and if you're in the Chicagoland area, I'll take care of you. And if not, thank you for watching the channel. I appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so help me get there, folks. And that's it. Always keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.